detective trainees. So today I'm going to be doing a fingerprint test. I've got a customer coming around shortly, and for £1,000 for a couple of hours work, that's not bad going, but it's very thorough. It has to be very thorough. So in my PI training webinar, it goes into a lot of detail about how to do fingerprinting, but I'll just go through the basics at the moment. So you start off with putting powder onto the latent fingerprint, which is hidden. I tend to use aluminium powder because that can be used on both dark and light surfaces. There are magnetic powders which are useful, that they stick to the protein and the sweat from the fingerprint, but they don't tend to work on non-flat fingerprints. So if you use it on the window, it's best to use the aluminium, I find. There's a specific dusting technique. If there is a fingerprint that is several days old and it's dried out, then the other technique is to use the glue method, whereby you put the item that the fingerprint is on into a container, put the glue at the bottom on a silver foil, and then you slowly warm up the container at the bottom using a light bulb or something like that, and the vapours from the glue adhere to the old protein and grease from the fingerprint, and then it shows up better. Once you've got the fingerprint, once you can see it, then you get the tape, and so I've got a special fingerprint tape here, and you go over the fingerprint, creasing it down, make sure there's no air bubbles, and then lift the sticky tape and place it on to your important fingerprint card. Then the time consuming effort of identifying and comparing the fingerprint using a magnifying glass and such. You're looking for, first of all, you've got 3 different types of fingerprints. You've got the arch, the loop, the whirl. So basically there's only 3 shapes on a fingerprint, which are the arches, the loops and the whirls. But then once you've got identified which swirl you've got, there are then 26 miniature roots, and they're called minutae, and they're known as bifurcations, double, triple bifurcations. You can have loops, bridges, junctions and such, and they're all indicated, but the difficulty is you have to match at least 6, but many more, but at least 6. And when you've only got a slight corner of a fingerprint, then that can make it a little bit difficult. But that's one of the 14 services in my Private Detective webinar. And the unique thing about my Private Detective webinar training course is it's a year of services and experience qualification for 1 year, that course that I did, condensed down, including my 20 years experience, condensed down into 8 one-hour videos. But the icing on the cake is not only are 14 services all condensed and gone into detail on the webinar, but also the administration side of it as well. The Private Detective Business Administration side is also included in the training course, with letter templates, which are all crucial to help you run your business. And it's also aftercare support. So the great thing and unique thing about my training course is you've got all that, plus aftercare service, and also, very importantly, you can do this from home. A lot of the Private Detective services that I offer, which there are 14, the majority of them you can run from your own home. There are a few where you have to be out and about, such as surveillance, but the rest of them, how good is that? They can earn a lot of money by helping people from indoors. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to future videos.